we're gonna play the DLC now. Talos 3 confirmed for 2032. Is that real, or are you are you shitting? Are you shitting me, bro? It's the same year that Skyrim is gonna come out, or Skyrim sequel is gonna come out, right? It's the same year that Star Citizen might finally enter beta. Does it matter which order? I'm just gonna go left to right. Take your brain for a ride through the laser grid and explore the philosophy of love, death, and resurrection with Hypatia and Sarabhai. The classic laser mechanics of the series are pushed to the limit in unexpected ways, testing your ability to think differently. I wouldn't mind learning more about Hypatia and Sarabhai. Sarabhai is dead, right? Okay. So is this after or before? I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. It must be after. Look at all the people who are in there.
All right. I think that's it. The new body's ready for the transfer. How's the reassembly algorithm?
Done.
Well then, somebody just needs to go in there and disentangle the data. Ah, and here comes our expert.
Hi. Hey, everybody.
Thank you for agreeing to this one, Kay. Perhaps together we can right an old wrong. When I was lost in my own grief, I spent a lot of time thinking about Hypatia and Sarabhai. How they found each other, how they lost each other, and how beautiful it would be if we could reunite them. For the longest time, it was only a daydream, but not anymore. In the myth of Orpheus, the ancient bard descends into the underworld to bring back his beloved wife, who died in a tragic accident.
So we're kind of doing the same thing we did with Miranda.
With music, he convinces Hades and Persephone to free her. But he is told that she must walk behind him, and he must not look back at her until they have left the underworld. And so, of course, in every version of the myth, he looks back. Because he doesn't trust the gods, or because he is an imperfect man, or because he simply forgets. And death is triumphant once again. We've accepted that triumph for a long time, because we had to, because what else could we do? But the world changes, and we are not the frightened, powerless creatures we once were. Perhaps it's time to say enough, and let Orpheus complete his ascent.
Kind of something that only, like, robots really can do. You know, go in there and gather data off the hard drive and put it in a new body, you know? More human than human.
All of Sarabhai's data fragments, so that we can reconstruct her personality.
Okay.
I'll monitor you from here, just like last time.
Good luck, kiddo.
Computer? Milton? Cannot access. Not goodbye. Cannot access. Not goodbye. From Hypatia to Sarabhai, not goodbye. I don't know what this is. I don't know why I'm writing this. In all likelihood, you can't even read this, because it's so little of your consciousness is left and what's left of your battery is dying. They say it's impossible to recover you, and the backups were all destroyed. I wish we'd backed ourselves up in New Jerusalem before we left. Space was so limited, and we would have had to wait so long. Except, of course, it's nothing compared to the empty years that stretch before me now. I don't have the words to express what you mean to me. I tried to sum it all up, to say something elegant and beautiful and perfect, and I can't. Maybe it can't be said. Maybe it only exists as days and years live together. A sequence of moments, bound together like a string of lights, defying the darkness of the sky. I don't know. All I know is that this is not goodbye. It may be the end of you, of us, of who I was. but I will not say goodbye. Love you forever. Hugs and kisses. Hypatia. Alright. 2 unread messages that I cannot access right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's over here? Anything? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Sure. I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Easy. Great. 8 new 8 new puzzles. Alright. Yield. Already. I mean, I can't. This is, yeah. I mean, I don't need this. So I guess I can just use my body again, right? Is this gonna work? No. It's not. It's not gonna work. Oh, I thought that this was, controlling, like I thought there was a field here, like a force field, not just a thing. Can I just put this somewhere? Is that it? Can I just like put this up here? Can I just put this somewhere slightly higher? No. Can I I don't think this is how they want me to do it. Okay. Wait, do this. Can that work? No. What does that do? Is it just it just exists as a obstacle? Is that all it does? Does it matter? No, I don't think it's gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's definitely not gonna work. How do I do this? I'm already lost. I'm already completely lost. They really don't want me to like put it up here, do they? It's not letting me put it up here. Or up here. Can't get anything from there, can I? No. Cool. I mean, this is like literally all I can do. Yeah, we're on the DLC, and I'm already stuck. I'm already stuck. Oh look, we have messages. Yeah. Good luck. Have fun watching me do nothing and not figuring out Cornelius and Melville. Alright. I think that's it. Everybody's ready for transfer. Has the reassembly algorithm done. Well, then somebody needs to go in there and disentangle the data. Oh, this is... This is what they said. They've already said this. They said that they said it aloud. Aloud they said it. No, let's not do anything. thought maybe. I don't know. I thought maybe. No. There has to be something. I mean, there has to be something I can do out here. There has to be like a different place that I can put it, or something else that I can do. Jump. I don't think that they want me to jump up here or anything like that. Like, I don't think that that's what they want me to do. I don't think I even can. I thought maybe if I could like time it right, I could like. Just confuse everything there. I've done it. Confuse everything. How does that? I see. I understand. Craig, I was taking your advice. I was taking your advice, and your advice is bad. Your advice from the other week. You said I keep on trying to connect everything, and it's never gonna work. And yet,
when I was born,
it worked.
The first thing I felt
I connected everything, and it worked.
Not that I was lonely, but that I was separate, singular. There was the world, and there was myself, a contained entity. And this sense of separation, of a distinct self, was delightful. Individuality itself was a source of constant joy and wonder. What could be more incredible than to be able to say, I am?
We have the first fragment. Everything's looking good on
I just
our
have
end.
to connect it to everything again? Yes, I will. Worked that time too, Craig. It worked that time too.
As I grew, I realized that the more I developed this sense of self, the more enjoyable it became simply to exist. It wasn't selflessness that improved existence, but refinement of the self. When the ancients said that ego is something to set aside, they got it all wrong. Ego is something to nourish and shape, a work of art.
The reconstruction's working. Keep going, 1K.
Oh, I am. I'm going. Oh, I'm going. Let's do it again. Like the same thing. Someone must have, like, one of the devs must have been like,
into the value of the self were
we
genuine,
can do this, so why don't we just make, like, all the puzzles
But
about
of
this?
course, I was
Not all.
completely inexperienced. In fact, in many ways, I was like a human child. So I began to resent everything that intruded on that sense of self. My social obligations to the others, the leadership of Athena and Cornelius, even the obvious limitations imposed on us by our situation. Why did I have to exist in this particular historical moment, saddled with the task of reconstructing civilization?
Yeah, I know about the Talos 1 remaster. I have the demo. I downloaded the demo. Okay, this one's... I need to do this one too. What's this gonna do? Not what I want. Let's open this. Oh, there's another one. Great. I needed this. Oh, what am I looking over there for? This one is gonna be iffy. Let's do that again. Yep. But they said what's actually new. I mean, I know they have the puzzle maker.
With that focus on the self,
I don't know if I'm going to use that only
also
because I
came
don't
an
think I'm smart enough to make puzzles,
enormous
but
and increasingly overwhelming fear of death. The pleasure of
is
existence
there already like any new puzzles and stuff?
seemed almost erased by the possibility of its ending.
Official?
If it was possible not to be, if the self had an ending, even in the distant future, then how could anything have meaning? I spent far too much time imagining that last moment. The moment just before I stopped existing. How could I possibly face that?
So there is new official stuff. Recover peace. .ttp. An Ethical Philosophy of Life by Felix Adler. User highlighted. It is upon those we love that we must anchor ourselves spiritually in the last moments. The sense of interconnectedness with them stands out vividly by way of contrast at the very moment when our mortal connection with them is about to be dissolved, and the intertwining of our life with theirs, the living in the life that is in them, but is but part. What a sentence! And the intertwining of our life with theirs, the living in the life that is in them, is but a part of our living in the infinite manifold of the spiritual life. The thought of this, as apprehended not in the terms of knowledge, but in immediate experience, begets the peace that passeth understanding, and it is upon the bosom of that peace that we can pass safely out of the realm of time and space. Okay. Eternity? Eternity Revealed by Theo Erkenwald. User highlighted. In what sense am I a Christian then if I care so little for dogma? In the sense that in everything that I do and think I follow the revelation of Jesus Christ, that the greatest of all things is love. Love is the nature of God and so equally the nature of that which was created in his image. This I have learned through the revelation that is daily life, through toil and misery and strife, and that infinite power which brings relief and joy. Thus, I reject those who believe that the ordinary love of mortal beings is limited and that it ends with death. Rather, it is through love that we perceive the immortality of the soul, for it reveals that eternity is conceivable to the human mind when it is filled with love. It is because we know that we can love another forever that we know that we are the children of God. Essays, first series by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Old Ralphie. User highlighted. Thus, we are put in training for a love which knows not sex, nor person, nor partiality, but which seeks virtue and wisdom everywhere, to the end of increasing virtue and wisdom. We are by nature observers and thereby learners. That is our permanent state, but we are often made to feel that our affections are but tents of a night. Though slowly and with pain, the objects of the affections change, as the objects of thought do. There are moments when the affections rule and absorb the man and make his happiness dependent on a person or persons, but in health, the mind is presently seen again its overarching vault, bright with galaxies of immutable lights, and the warm loves and fears that swept over us as clouds must lose their finite character and blend with God to attain their own perfection. Okay, Ralphie. Okay. Archived emails. Username corrupted. User highlighted. I don't have much time left. I never thought it would end this way. I never thought I would die alone, sitting around in my apartment, wondering if things would have gone differently if I'd gotten that stupid grant. Mostly, though, I just wonder why we're not together. I still don't understand. I don't know why you had so much pain inside you. I don't know why you let it infect everything we had. I don't know why you couldn't see my love for you. Why you twisted everything I said. I was angry and disappointed for so long, but now I just wish we could have found some way to make that pain go away. I'd give anything for that. I wish you were here. That's it. There it is. It's quarter. We're quarter done. We're quarter done with the DLC already. Well, quarter done with one part of the DLC. A quarter done with one third. Nice. Now I can skip. Now I can skip a puzzle.
I've inserted some code that might help you bypass a few puzzles. It's not the most elegant work I've ever done, but it'll do the job.
Is this a thing? What's going on here? I thought going down here, it was about right here. It was about right here that I was like, there's not going to be anything back here. I was like, I had resigned myself to checking anyway. But, you know, there was something back there. Oh, there's one over there too. There's no greater joy than discovering something that you had never imagined. In that moment, you understand that the world is better than it seems. Did they all have something? Did I miss more? I don't see anything else. They didn't all have something, did they? That doesn't seem like it. Alright. Yep. Next. Just me, don't worry about it. Okay, thanks. Just shifting. Shifting my butt. I've been sitting here a long time. Hey! Da 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 da. Right, go. Let's look around before we go in. Computer. It's back here at 7 though. I'm not going to use the computer right now. I'll use it. I'll do a few puzzles and I'll use it when we come back. When we come back through this way. It's right near the entrance to 7, so we're gonna, you know, we're gonna be doing it anyway. I wish to see more of the world's beauty, but there is something limited about this place. It is not enough. Love and kisses. @ We'll check the fronts of the puzzles, you know, when we get there. It's fine. Ooh. 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 404 vault not found. Can I open it? Yeah. Lots of eggy wiggies. Which I am here for. I'm here for it. I'm sure there were some in the main game that I missed. Like, we'll look around that puzzle there when we get there. All right. For now, let's go in. Chain. Jesus. All right. How do I break this? Ah. Weird that it affects like one extra one than I would have thought. Hmm. But I can't turn this one off because it's not gonna... It does. It does do that one. Okay. Why does this work? Alright, I understand why it works. I understand now. I only need one connection. Well, you know what? It's fine. I did all the connections. I understand why it works, though. So, this goes from the main exit. From the emitter, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's like all it has power for. This one also goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it fights. I think that's why it works. You know, I might have only needed one connection, but it works with all the connections, and that's fine.
It's embarrassing how solipsistic I became. I really thought that I could construct my identity without any reference to the outside world. Like I could just will myself into existence. But it just didn't work. And it made me miserable. Everything felt hollow and meaningless, overshadowed by the idea of death. There was something I wasn't seeing, something I needed, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
Never surrender the idea that you could become more than you are now. There's always another chance to grow. Never retreat, never surrender. Everybody thinks that's from Galaxy Quest, which I mean they did say that in Galaxy Quest, but they said it in Babylon 5 first. I'm just saying. I'm sure someone else said it first. I'm sure that's like from something else as well. All right. Glass. Interesting. All right. I mean, this is just, it's like the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's the same thing over here. can I just... Can I just do this? They're basically demonstrating what I think that I just learned in the other one. Oops. It's like a direct demonstration of what I think that I just learned in the other one, which I did, in fact, learn properly, it turns out.
Everything changed when we started spending more time with each other. Do you remember that night when we found the old library in the Dead City? It was just after the stampede and we were all a bit shaken up. Byron read to us from one of the books, and later you and I started arguing about one of the poems. And your perspective was so different and interesting, and I just kept wanting to hear more.
Okay. I got aminals. What does this do? One of these, okay. Oh, no. Oh my god. Alright, this might not work. Well, it's definitely not going to work now. So he wants me to put it in like a very specific place. Just to make it cleaner. I just do it here. Guess I'll have to get. I'll have to move. This is not clean. Doesn't quite work here. I'm doing that. Get out. Get out of it. Maybe I just do it direct. I don't think so, though. I don't think this is going to work. But if I do it this... It does work. I don't like that it's not clean. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out, again, why this works. This is so... Okay, so it's being pushed back. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so this would have been 5. So because it's equal on both sides, it's being pushed back. Is that why? I'm not sure. But you know what? It's fine. I'll think about it later. Maybe it doesn't matter. So the next puzzle is gonna need that.
Of philosophers who tell us
I'll use
that
that in a minute.
everything is one. If everything is just a reflection of yourself, an endless hall of mirrors, there's nothing to connect with. And what I realized through our conversations is that everything beautiful happens in that space of connection between one person and another, and between people and the world. That gap between us is necessary. Because without it, without separation, there can be no transcendence.
Let's see what this does. I think I need both of those. Where's blue? There you are. It's not going to change anything. I didn't think so. Checking. So we got. We need to. I feel like we need to weaken the blue signal. Oh. Of course.
Once I understood that meaning comes from the interaction of the self with the world, I found it easier to be patient, to be kind. I reminded myself that other people are just like me, and nobody really knows exactly what they're doing. And the more I allowed myself to open up, the more interesting and complex our interactions became, and the more meaningful.
Was there another Easter egg in the first area?
50% of Sarabhai's personality matrix reconstructed.
Very nice.
Who'd have thought that 1K would have made such a good necromancer?
Let me know in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 area or 1, 2, 3, 4 area. Let me know because I'm pretty sure I found the Easter egg here, right? There were actually a couple of them. But let me know if there's like, don't tell me what it is, but let me know if there's one there, and I'll go look for it. Recover Everyday Sublime. The Everyday Sublime by A.D. Markham. Love must matter to the philosopher because it is, at its core, the one undisputed presence of the sublime in our lives, even when it is failed love, unrequited love, or entirely imagined love. It is like a vast monolith towering over us, humbling, uplifting, frightening. Those who deny its presence can be safely disregarded as fools. They know it is there, they are simply afraid. But equally, the philosopher must consider that in the great matters of history, love matters not one jot. The Nazarene commanded his followers to love their enemies, but they did not, and wrote 1,000 books of excuses for this failure. Therein it is revealed the purpose of the human struggle. Confessions is next. Confessions by Penelope Heliopoulou. Heliopoulou? To me, the idea that my soul, my essence, could fall in love with another being and then maintain that love unblemished for eternity seems utterly impossible. My experience of love has been catastrophe, embarrassment, and disappointment. You and me both. But this is precisely why I refuse to surrender, why I choose to believe against all precedent that I will find the one for me and that our love will last forever. You can laugh at this absurd and contradictory belief, but it will not waver. Faith is not a matter of the past, of miracles witnessed and saints observed, but of the future that ought to be written. Pickering manuscript. By William Blake. Seek love in the pity of others' woe, in the gentle relief of another's care, in the darkness and night and the winter snow, in the naked and outcast seek love there. I mean, I believe they'd be naked, but you know. They're not portioned one per area, alright. Easter eggs. So there are none in the first area then. Let's hold on a minute. I'm having issues. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Whew. Yes. Again, I'm not going to use it, but there it is. No, they don't want me to jump back, do they? Okay. Alright. Next. 9, 10, 11, 12. So we'll get there when we get there. So I'm just looking around. It's an interesting place. Get out of the way, Horace. Mostly I'm looking for those little messages, but I mean, I'm, you know, Easter eggs too, but mostly the messages. Oh, there's like a whole friggin' area back here. Thought I saw something, but I didn't. Ooh. Is this where the Grail is? This is where the computer is. I should probably just go ahead and use this one. It's different. Is that a Milton computer? Hey. Local error, our system's compromised. Loading text interface error. Loading unknown error. Done. Loading subroutine manager. Done. Loading percent. Done. What? 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 Who? I'm okay. What's your name? Silly name. Nice to meet you, silly name. Would sigh if could. What can I do to help you? Click Sarabhai equals me fixed. Me back on beach. Sarabhai back with Hypatia. Alright, I'm working on it. Work harder. Hey, what's the meaning of life again? Helping me. Alright, get back to work. Right. That was Milto Hin. What else we got? What else we got over here? Just vast stretches of desert. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Okay, well, don't go that way. Got it. Understood. Message received. Where is the voice of my creator? Where is the one that we became? Everything is shattered. Some of these are from, Gehenna, and some of them are from, I mean, you know, Milton is from the original game. I can't remember. Who was the guy... I watched a, like a recap, of the first game. A few weeks ago, because before I started playing this game. And there was a guy at the end of the first game. It was one of those things where he was helping you solve a puzzle, even though technically you could have solved it without him. That's fine. Who was that? I don't remember his name. Was it like Shepard or something? Is that who it is? Shepard? Shepard. I said that computer there. I see another message there too. There's a path back there? Okay, back. Is it back here? Don't see anything. You mean this way? Just go over here. You gonna let me? Damn. That wasn't the path. That wasn't the path. You're gonna have to be more specific, Craig. There's a lag on Twitch. You should know this by now. Out in the desert. I mean, I haven't looked over there yet. I mean, you know, give me a minute to look over there. Is that what you mean? Like, I haven't been there yet. I ain't done yet. I keep going right past it. What path? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Craig? What, this? Car. Oh. Whose car is this? Can I see it again? Can I walk without rhythm? Sorry, can I walk with rhythm? I'm making rhythm. I'm making it. It's not happening. It's not happening though. Right. It ain't happening. Alright. I'm almost done looking at all of the extra stuff that's here. But let's go see what's over here. And then we'll actually start doing one of the puzzles. What do you think? Think about that. Check for messages. Another cheat flame, which I am not going to be using, as always. As always. Can I... No. What is this? Nothing. Alright, I don't see anything here. I don't see nothing here. Over here, I wonder if I'll be able to get... This is maybe to the from the other side, from the other thing. Everything is wrong here. Someone is missing. Who could it be? Where could he be? 3PO. What was this called? Is this just all of the, Yeah, these are just all of the messages. It's fine. Got it. Done. Interesting. I don't want to do that. I want to do it the other way. I want to, yeah, I want to, So maybe because these are, like, equal kind of strength, then I am the deciding factor, is what I'm, I think, learning here. Nice.
It's funny, though, when I think about it, that I still didn't know what to call what I was experiencing. I guess love seemed like a term that only applied to our ancestors, with their hormones and instincts and strange fleshy organs. Surely we were too different to experience that. And the really funny thing is that I was thinking exactly like an ancient human child, pretending I was above it all. Try it, I guess. So I want to...
I need to stop this from happening. Here, I need to do this. And now I do this. But now that's up. So now I actually want to stop this. This is coming from the other way. It's coming from over here. There we go. Okay. Dunzo.
What I'd never considered was that stripped of biological necessity and physical need, as well as all the strange stigmas and taboos our ancestors associated with their bodies. Love might be more pure,
Do that when
more
I'm done.
powerful. That we can love with fewer distractions than they could. And so the experience is all the more overwhelming. I do think we should learn to simulate some of those biological processes.
It would be nice. That's what I'm saying, man. Taste and smell. You're missing out on human experience if you don't have taste and smell. Just saying. Okay. This. Okay. This one seems weird. It's just kind of like the same, but like very slightly differently done. Craig, you should be talking about taste and smell, even in regard to that.
When we started living
Same.
together,
Same.
I thought I'd figured it all out. Everything would be smooth sailing from now on. I still had so much to learn about love.
Oops.
Even for us, it's messy. You find someone who seems to be the perfect match for you,
That's
who
what I'm
seems
listening.
necessary in your life. And then you realize all the ways in which you don't fit together at all. Because nothing in this world is perfect.
Bird. Alright. Switchboard. Is that it? Oh no, the blue one is not running. No. figure out how to get this top one first. The bottom one is easy. We can get that at any time. Let's figure out how to get this top one. We need to get both of these done. But if I do this, it'll work. So let's let's just play around with it. It feels like we kind of have to do this one specifically. One, two. I just need to balance them. Is what I need to do. So we got one. It's always going to be at least one. Maybe put it, and if I put it here. 1, 2, 3, and it's done. Over here. This shuts it off because it's too far, but I do like this one. I need to do like multiples. I need to do this one. And then, right. It was a little bit of trial and error, but I did it.
The ancients believed that love could be eternal. But I'll admit that sometimes it seemed impossible to continue. Sometimes I thought you were unfair, or cruel,
There's gonna be stuff
or
up there.
just incomprehensible. I'm sure you thought the same about me. And I'm sure that sometimes you were right. No wonder all the ancient love songs repeat the same themes. Longing, happiness, regret, and forgiveness. I want you. I love you.
It's texture.
I miss you. Forgive me.
The final area, I wonder if we should use the computer before we do the last puzzle, because I don't know if something's gonna happen. No Nobis Solum. 17 Questions About Reality by Cassius Green. Cicero correctly observed that we are not born for ourselves alone. Aristotle likewise pointed out that man is a social animal. Plato's Symposium depicts characters praising the spiritual and philosophical importance of love, with Socrates arguing for the more abstract notion of learning to love the form of beauty itself, which honestly seems a little onanistic, if you ask me. Jesus placed love above all other considerations. Random gobbledygook. But if we all agree that love is so important, why is love so rarely taken into consideration by the system we live in? It may seem like a naive question, but think about the sheer moral and intellectual weight behind the idea that love matters. Why is our reality so out of step with our philosophy? Why is that? Atopia. File 2 damage to recover. The truth. The Blue Note. Bailey Steele. What a name. What a name. You want to know the truth about love? No, you want to know the truth about love. Nobody knows what they're doing. It's all improv, man. It's 2 million years of people muddling through. Prophets and messiahs and philosophers declare that love is what it's all about, and we go, yeah, that's right. Then we try and fail. We try and we fail, and we hurt each other, and we try again, and we have moments of fucking transcendence, and then we all think that with the wrong organ we make a mess of everything, and on it goes forever and ever. Amen. You know the craziest part? You can go through all of that shit that I did, end up with a body like an old rag, and a brain full of holes. And still, to your dying day, you'll go, yeah, it was love. Love for my family, my friends, my music. Even my fucking ex-wife. It was all about love. And every time I forget that, I something myself like a effing moron. What is this? What could this be? It's a verb. It's a verb. So don't know what that is. Okay. Don't know what that is. We're done. We're done here. We are potentially 3/4. Is it fucked? Three-quarters done, unless there is more, which there could very well be. I see that. I see that, and I want it. Maybe I can jump over there from here. Again. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bastila. Alright. All that 5 seconds of effort wasted. I am only an echo of the one that was me, but I am comforted in knowing that something persists. Let's use the computer first. Well, let's look around for stuff, and then we'll use the computer. Before we do any of the puzzles, because I don't know if anything's going to happen when we finish this. Probably not. I mean, something will happen, but, you know, probably nothing that will, like, take us out. You know what I mean? Where's that cricket coming from? We're in the desert. There's no crickets in the desert. All right, I don't know if there's anything here. You know, I'm just looking for Easter eggs. Be something over here. Devs. Devs. Bug report. Devs. Huh. Love is an emotion, it's the underlying truth of our existence. The emotion is how we respond when we notice the truth. So say we all. I don't know why I said that. Just popped into my head for some reason. Alright, let's go to the computer. I don't see anything else here, by the way. Message 504. From Hypatia to Sarabhai. Error. I miss you. It's not that I need to be around you every minute of every day, but talking about our experiences together has become such an essential part of how I interact with the world that your absence is a huge void. I feel unbalanced, and events seem less real when I haven't discussed them with you. Maybe that sounds clinical and selfish, but I'm trying to explain something that I felt incredibly strongly this last month. We're better together in a way that's more like multiplication than addition. It's not just you and me, it's us. When you get back, let's go. It's not for stranger's eyes. Connect. Howard's End. E.M. Forster. It did not seem so difficult. She need trouble him with no gift of her own. She would only point out the salvation that was sorry, I can't. Try again. It did not seem so difficult. She needed trouble him with no gifts of her own. She would only point out the salvation that was latent in his own soul, and in the soul of every man. Only connect. Connect 4. Let's go to town on each other as the rest of the sentence. You're right. That's probably correct. Well, they can't though. They don't have the bodies for that. They want them though. That was the whole of her sermon. Only connect the prose and the passion, and both will be exalted, and human love will be seen at its height. Live in fragments no longer. Only connect, and the beast and the monk, robbed of the isolation that is life to either, will die. Nor was the message difficult to give. It need not take the form of a good talking. By quiet indications, the bridge would be built and span their lives with beauty. But she failed. She failed. Death of, is it Geeth? By Thomas Carlyle. Precious is the new light of knowledge which our teacher conquers for us. Yet small to the new light of love which also we derive from him. The most important element of any man's performance is the life he has accomplished. Under the intellectual union of man and man, which works by precept, lies a holier union of affection, working by example, the influences of which latter, mystic, deep-reaching, all-embracing, can still less be computed, for love is ever the beginning of knowledge, as fire is of light, and works also more in the manner of fire. One of these weird old style Englishes. Not old English, but you know what I mean. Old-fashioned English, I suppose. Let's go do puzzles. Extension. Red. Ooh. Where's this coming from? Okay. I mean, I can go over there. I suppose I should. Okay, for now, we'll do this. So, what we want to do is we want to probably do this. But we want to extend by at least one, probably both. It's one of those things where, you know, they give you 2, so you just kind of assume that you're going to need
The
2.
worst thing I came to realize as I grew older is there are so many ways to hurt other people. Even without any malice, even when you're just trying to be yourself, you end up doing things that cause real harm. You can read every ethical philosopher in the world and you still won't be able to avoid it. Because that's just how we are. Our interactions with each other can't be fully reduced to some abstract system.
Just one of these again. Not enough. Still do this though. Let me push these a little closer, just so. Do that. Let's do this. I think I can just do this all the way on the side here. And then it's all about this. And then maybe it is a case of doing this one? No. That might be actually. And then this one. Needs to be a little less. Interesting. It doesn't work here? Could it be... No, it's just like it overpowers it. Interesting. Still overpowers that. It's too overpowering. There we go. Okay. Not entirely sure why that works, but I'll take it. Maybe this is the one that I want to take from here. There we go.
The fact that perfection in our interactions is impossible was a hard lesson for me to learn. For the longest time, I always thought the answer was right around the corner. And to be fair, we did learn how to live together without constantly running into problems. But gradually, I realized that the friction would never stop. Because what makes us unique also makes us different. There can be no endpoint to love, no final resolution. And it's because of that imperfection that it can go on forever.
I understand what they're gonna have me do. It's all a matter of figuring out where to put these boxes. So we need blue. Blue. I mean, I could just do this. And then blue will be fine. But we still need green and red. Alright. This isn't that hard, it's just a matter of running through. No, I can't really do that, can I? Yeah, I can, because I can, no, I can't. Alright, I think that these up here are, not necessarily what I want to do. Let's take these all out. Same with this. We're gonna take this out. We're gonna start from scratch. So, green goes here, red goes there, blue goes there. There are multiple things connecting to blue. Actually, everything connects to everything. It really is all about just picking a path, but it seems like there is a specific path that they want me to take. Red. But blue only comes in there, so this has to be blue, like, period. Because it's not going anywhere else. This has to be blue. So I was right the first time. This 100% has to be blue. It's not necessarily going to be blue all the way across, but this has to be blue. It does mean, basically, that this has to be blue, because it can't really go anywhere else. In fact, yeah, I think blue actually just has to go right down the middle. I think, like, I don't see an alternative for that. It has to be so. Now, we need to switch red and green sides. So one is going to have to go up. One is going to have to go up there. And the other is going to have to go across here. It looks like they could, one of them can go over here, and then over. So if I just do this. And then this. And then, this. One more.
There's a pattern that I noticed in all the ancient poetry that I read. Young poets would praise love as the only true meaning of life. Middle-aged poets would often disagree. They would argue that love is messy, ugly, selfish, and hard to distinguish from lust. They would mock their younger selves for thinking love so incredibly important, and look for answers elsewhere or reject answers altogether. And then, arriving at old age, they would return to the beginning and realize it was all about love after all.
I'm checking something. I know we have one more puzzle to do. I know we have one more. Let me look at something real quick. Trying to see where this comes from. If maybe it's just decoration. Maybe it doesn't come from anywhere, but I thought it was going to come from over here. You know, I'm just looking for secrets. 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 Nah, I think this is it. This is it right here. It's possible I could get up here. But I'm not sure that they necessarily want me to do so. I mean, I could just literally throw a box. Look over here. Nah. I don't think they really want me to go over here. I could do like 2 boxes and stop this one from yeah. But this is it, I think. This is where that is. I don't think that they want me to go over here. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I could maybe get on top of here if I stacked all the boxes. Right? I could do this. There's a lot of boxes. There's 6 boxes. Right? Oh, I can do it. Hold on, I can do it. I just need to do it like a little bit closer. Why am I doing this? Why not? Why not? Oh, it was all slippery. Oh, I couldn't do it. They wouldn't let me. That's what she said. I don't see anything up there. I'm not really seeing anything up here anyway. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go to the last one.